Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Reverend Candace Shibata, and I'm here at the Buddhist Church of Stockton. So, welcome to our Bodhi Day service, in which we are commemorating the enlightenment of Prince Siddhartha, who became Shakyamuni Buddha. And we're so fortunate to have all of you join us today to not only be together with us as a Sangha to learn about and, of course, praise the Buddha for this enlightenment and of course, for us being able to be together today, but to also hear a Dharma message from our beloved friend in the Dharma, Reverend Katsuya Kusunoki. And so, as I was mentioning prior to the start of the service, Reverend Kusunoki, his first assignment in the Buddhist Churches of America was in Lodi, California. And he then was supervising us during that time when we didn't have a minister, and I believe when we were waiting for Reverend Motoyoshi's assignment. But we're so happy to have him and his family join us for today's service, despite his very busy schedule. So we will get started today with the kansho, or the tolling of the bell. And as I mention always in our services, the kansho, or the tolling of the bell, really allows us to have a signal that we will be starting service. And this allows us to quiet our minds and quiet our bodies to maybe put some of those worries and some of those things that we're really thinking about maybe in the back of our minds. And this allows us to really be present in this moment, because of course all of those other maybe tasks that we have to do are also equally important to our everyday lives. However, this is our one and only chance to be able to hear the Dharma like this. Even though we might be meeting again next week, this is our only opportunity to have this moment that's created during this time. And of course, to have this opportunity to hear the Dharma from Reverend Kusunoki as well. So let's all take a moment, maybe a little bit of quiet sitting, to hear the tolling of the bell this morning. Okay, thank you so much for sitting with me during the tolling of the bell. We'll now have the opening meditation prepared by Mrs. Darlene Bagshaw.
The bluest skies you've ever seen in Seattle, and the hills the greenest green in Seattle, like a beautiful child growing up free and wild, full of hopes and full of fears, full of laughter it's time to leave your home and your loved ones. It's the hardest thing a boy can ever do. And you pray that you will find someone warm and sweet and kind, but you're not sure what's waiting there for you. The bluest skies you've ever seen in Seattle, and the hills the greenest green in Seattle. Like a beautiful child growing up free and wild, full of hopes and full of fears, full of laughter, full of tears, full of dreams to last the years in Seattle, in Seattle. When you find your own true love, you will know it by her smile, by the look in her eye. Scent of pine trees in the air, never knew a day so fair. It makes you feel so good that you could cry. The bluest skies you've ever seen in Seattle, and the hills the greenest green in Seattle. Like a beautiful child growing up free and wild, full of hopes and full of fear, full of laughter, full of tears, full of dreams to last the years in Seattle, in Seattle, in Seattle, in Seattle, in Seattle.
Please join me in Gassho. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Thank you, Darlene. It was so great to see all of the wonderful pictures of Seattle, and you always seem to find the best, I think, songs to go with it. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And also, I appreciated all of the kind of vintage pictures too, and all of the little kids look so excited to go to Dharma school. So I was happy to see them as well. So thank you so much, Darlene. We'll continue the service with the chanting of Sambujo. And Sambujo is called Three Respectful Callings. And we utilize this hymn to welcome Amida Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, and the Buddhas of the 10 directions. And of course, we respond with the words Sangye Raku to welcome them. This will be followed by the dedication of this service, declaring why we're together today. Okay, so please join me in the chanting of Sambujo. Bujo Mida Nyorai Niudo Jo Sam Ge Da Aku Pujo Shaka ge da ku bujo ji ni jo Sang ge da ku. The members of the Sangha of the Buddhist Church of Stockton, Walnut Grove Buddhist Church, and Buddhist Church of Lodi are gathered to observe the day of Siddhartha Gautama's birth as the Buddha, the Awakened One. This event was coined after the fig tree which Siddhartha Gautama meditated under and later awoke to the true nature of life to become the Buddha Shakyamuni, the Awakened One, the sage of the Shakya clan. The tree has since become named the Bodhi tree, or tree of awakening. The site is called Bodhi Gaya, near the city of Gaya in India. He who awoke to the true nature of the Dharma is Shakyamuni Buddha. In Jodo Shinshu, the true nature of the Dharma is called Amida Buddha. We adorn the altar with offerings, burn incense, and chant the sutras in praise and appreciation for the teachings handed down through the ages to us, so that we may more deeply sense our connection to the ultimate reality. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Okay, thank you so much for chanting Sambujo with me. Actually, I have a good memory of Reverend Kusunoki. I remember when I was probably just a student and learning how to chant. And Sambujo was one of the hymns that we were practicing at the Buddhist Church of Lodi. And Reverend Kusunoki encouraged myself, and I believe maybe Diana Thompson Sensei, maybe Matt Hamasaki Sensei, we were all practicing together for our ordination. And I still remember what I was sounding like. I hear it in my head, and how foreign Sambujo was for me. However, I may not chant it correctly, but I'll still remember my time with Reverend Kusunoki and this time of growth, and how beautiful I really think that Sambujo is, and the meaning behind Sambujo as well. So thank you, Reverend Kusunoki, for that good memory and great teaching as well. Okay, so we'll continue the service with the sutra chanting of Jusege. And please take a moment to chant along with me, as again, this is our way to become one, to be able to praise the Buddha for the teachings, and to give our thanks for these teachings as well. So please join me in the chanting of Jusege. Gagon chosegan ishima jodo shigan fumanzok seifujo shogak gamo muryo ショッピング政府上昇額菓子成仏道妙正長寺法仏教未証門政府上昇学利欲人少年長英種凡行しぐむ浄土一生天にし地に起縁大公不償無才道少女三苦名交際主役難回避自衛源列子根門案閉塞小悪道通達全宗門高僧上満足異様道寺法日月集中期天候不言一種解放像公正功徳法上大集中説法ししく供養一切仏具足習徳本願念出上満徳意三害用両仏無下地通達未不詳願学メディック投資最小損志願や効果大聖の感動国書店人当知名権ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブガニシグドグ平等聖祭どんも大一心おじょあんだこNamanda Vutsinamanda 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 Vutsinamanda. Okay, so thank you so much for chanting along with me at home. Please join me by placing your palms together in Gassho for the recitation of the Golden Chain 2. Golden Chain 2. I am a link in the Buddha's golden chain of love, that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in the Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Katsuya Kusunoki. And of course, I'd like to just share some of his background with you as well, so I can introduce him properly. So Reverend Kusunoki was born in 1977, just 1 year older than myself, and he was born in Nagasaki, Japan. He received his Tokudo ordination, which is the first level of ordination, on July 15th, 1999. And his Kyoshi, which is the second certification, on March 29th, 2007. And he is from a temple family in Nagasaki, and his family temple's name is Kogenji. And so actually, after Reverend Kusunoki graduated from high school, he entered Miyazaki University, and he majored in primary education. And so it seems like Sensei had always had this passion to be a teacher. And so during his university days, he actually took a leave of absence from the university, and he volunteered in a program to help developing countries. And so maybe probably a lot of you know, but this might be a surprise to some of you who have not met Reverend Kusunoki. He was sent to Zimbabwe to be a baseball coach in 1999. And he helped to coach baseball in Zimbabwe for 2 years and 4 months. So maybe Sensei was able to start learning the language as well. So after he came back from Japan, he graduated from Miyazaki University in 2003, and then started his career as an elementary school teacher, which he was able to do that for 3 years. So in 2006, he started studying Buddhism more intensely in Kyoto, Japan, and he went to Chuo Bukkyo Gakuin, and this is to study general Buddhism and the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist teachings in 2006. And so, and then he went on to Gonshiki. So Gonshiki is a ritual school, part of Nishihon Ganji, to learn a ritual and sutra chanting. In 2007, he went to Gonshiki. And if you know Reverend Kusunoki has a beautiful chanting voice, so it's a shame that he wasn't able to be here with us today so you could hear his chanting. And then he continued to go to Dendoin, and this was a specialty school in regards to delivering Dharma messages. So we're so fortunate to be able to hear his message today. So things moved rather quickly after all of his schooling. So in September 2008, he came to the United States to be one of the first members of the IMOP group. So IMOP stands for International Ministerial Orientation Program. And this was a rigorous training for ministers from Japan who want to share the teachings overseas. And so Sensei was a part of this very rigorous training. So later on in January 2010, Sensei was assigned to the Buddhist Church of Lodi and the Walnut Grove Buddhist Church as their supervising minister. And for a time, he also served as our supervising minister here in Stockton from September 2010 until June 2011. And as of 2017, in April, Reverend Kusunoki was assigned to the Seattle Buddhist Temple and Yakima Buddhist Temple and Spokane as their supervising minister. So Sensei is very, very busy with not only serving as the resident minister in Seattle, but many of the other outlying temples as well. So thank you, Sensei, so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us. And again, I'm so fortunate to not only call Reverend Kutsunoki one of my mentors, but also a dear friend in the Dharma. So thank you, Sensei, for taking time to join us today. I appreciate it. So, Sensei, without further ado, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Candy Sensei, to nice introduction of myself. Good morning, everyone. And most of you, I think, long time no see you. I really miss Northern California, Stockton, Lodi, Walnut Grove Buddhist Temple. And thank you for, I'd like to express my deepest appreciation to the Stockton, Lodi, Walnut Grove Sangha and the Candice Sensei to giving me this opportunity to share the Buddha Dharma with all of you at this special occasion, important occasion of the Bodhi Day. To begin my Dharma message, please join me in Gassho, put your hands together. Shakyamuni and Amida are our father and our mother, full of love and compassion for us. Guiding us through various skillful means, they bring us to awaken the supreme Shinjin. From hymns of the Pure Land, Master Shantao, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandab, 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 Namandab. Okay, thank you again for joining this service today. My name is Reverend Katsuya Kusunoki. I'm the resident minister Rinban of Seattle Betsu Buddhist Temple. Then I started my career as a Buddhist minister in 2010. As Candice Sensei mentioned, my first assignment was Lodi and Walnut Grove. I was assigned to Lodi, Walnut Grove, January 2010. Then, after Hasegawa Sensei retired at the end of August, I was also assigned to Stockton Buddhist Temple as a supervising minister. Then, until Motoyoshi Sensei comes in July 2011, I was taking care of these three temples, Stockton, Lodi, Walnut Grove. When I think my career as a Buddhist minister, that 10 months is, I think, one of the busiest time to serve as a minister. Why? Is because I was still the first year as a minister. Then I'm still learning the English. I'm still learning English, but at that time I didn't know how the BCA temple are doing. Then I was still learning the English. I was still taking the Jodo Shinshu correspondence course. Then serving these three temples. Then Saturday morning, I conduct a service at the Lodi. Then Saturday afternoon, go to Stockton. Sunday morning, conduct a service at Lodi. Then Sunday afternoon, go to Walnut Grove Buddhist Temple. Then sometimes I go to the Cortez Buddhist Church, Cortez Howakai too. My schedule was really, it was really full. But because of all the Sangha's warm support, big support, I was able to serve for these three temples and Cortez Honwakai. Then special thanks is, of course, Tomo Okamoto Sensei, the minister's assistant to Buddhist Church of Lodi. Then Roy Mayfield Sensei at the Walnut Grove Buddhist Church. So their support, I'm asking them to conduct various memorial services and different services because I couldn't do by myself. Then one more person, I'd like to thank Candice Sensei's father, Tad Shibata. So he comes, whenever I go to the Stockton Buddhist Temple to conduct a memorial service, or any kinds of service, he comes to the temple to help me, like open the temple, the setting up. So then he sometimes come to Cortez Hawakai with me too. I truly appreciate it. So with all these people's help, I was able to serve for these three temples. That was good memory. Then when I think about my family, then my son was born in Lodi, so he was Lodi-born baby. So hopefully sometime next year or sometime soon, we would like to visit Lodi, Stockton, Walnut Grove to see you in person. So today is a Bodhi Day service. Then in the Candice Sensei's Hyobyaku aspiration, she mentioned, Shakyamuni, today is a day when Shakyamuni Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Buddha Gaya. So in Buddhism, sometimes it says there are three important trees. Do you know that? The one is Bodhi tree for the Enlightenment Day, Bodhi Day. Then another one is when Shakyamuni Buddha was born in this world, he was born in Lumbini Garden under the Asoka tree. Then the last one is when Shakyamuni Buddha passed away. When Shakyamuni Buddha's life ends as a human being, he died in Kushinagar under the Sara tree. So these Asoka tree, Bodhi tree, and Sara trees, these three trees are really important, good to remember. So then today is a Bodhi Day service. Then in my Gosandai, at the beginning, I introduced Shinran Shonin's Wasan hymn. Shakyamuni Buddha and Amida Buddha are our father and our mother, full of love and compassion for us, then guiding us through various skillful means. So today, we'd like to see how Shakyamuni Buddha guiding other people. So I'd like to introduce one famous story. It's titled Kisa Gotami and her dead son. So it is a story when Shakyamuni Buddha had stayed at the Jitavana monastery. There was a young mother living in Sravasti in Kosara kingdom. So Sravasti is a really famous place in Jodo Shinshu because it is the place Shakyamuni Buddha delivered Amida Sutra. So it's good to remember too. So this mother's name was Kisa Gotami. She married a rich man and a son was born to them. The son died when he was a toddler. It is so sad. The son died when he was a toddler, and Kisa Gotami was stricken with grief. When the family members were preparing for his funeral service, she carried her son's dead body and went out. Then she went everywhere asking for the medicine to restore her son to life. So my son is dying. Please tell me which medicine could cure my son. Please tell me how to restore him to life. When people heard her crying and screaming on the street, some people were jumped out, surprised, and jumped out from their house to see what's happened. Some people were whispering she had gone mad with grief because her son passed away. Then one old lady came and told Kisa Gotami, "I'm sorry for the loss of your son. I'm so sorry for that. I wish I could help you. I wish I had a medicine to restore him because I lost my father too. I also tried to restore him to life. I understood he was really gone, but still, I could not give up. I walked around and asked people how to cure and restore him to life. I prayed for a miracle to happen. At that time, one person cured our pain." Then Kisa Gotami asked, "Who is that person?" The old lady replied, "He is Shakyamuni Buddha. He is in the Jitavana monastery now. You should meet him. I believe that he has the medicine you want." Thus, she went to Buddha right away and asked him, Shakyamuni Buddha, I heard you have a wondrous medicine to cure any kinds of illness and pain. Please give me the medicine to restore my son. Shakyamuni Buddha replied, Okay, I see. Get some mustard seeds from a home where death has not occurred. You have to get the mustard seeds from a family who has never lost their family members, like their parents, children, brothers, and sisters. When she heard Shakyamuni Buddha's reply, she cheered up because she thought by getting the mustard seeds, her son's life would be restored. She went back to the town and looked door to door for some mustard seeds. Kisa Gotami walked around to visit house after house. As the day dragged on, she went back to Shakyamuni Buddha. Then Shakyamuni Buddha asked her, Did you get some mustard seeds? Kisa Gotami replied, No, I couldn't. I couldn't find any family where death has not occurred. The people were only too willing to give their mustard seeds, but they could not claim to have not lost loved ones to death. I realized that mine was not the only family that had faced death, that there were more people dead than living. Shakyamuni Buddha told her, You believed your son never died. You should not think you are the only one who has lost a son. As you have realized now, death comes to all beings. Before their desires are satisfied, death takes them away. When we encounter it, we all suffer and have pain from parting from our loved one. So Shakyamuni Buddha talked about the truth of our life and consoled her. While she was listening to him, she realized how simply the Shakyamuni Buddha had taught her the most important lesson. Everything that is born must eventually die. Then she was able to accept her son's death and felt that the cause of her pain had been removed from her heart and mind. Perceiving the fleeting nature of impermanence of life, Kisa Gotami decided to renounce the worldly life. She became one of the Shakyamuni Buddha's disciples to walk the path to the nirvana, path to the enlightenment. So this is the famous story of Kisa Gotami and her dead child. So this is a famous story, so you may have heard this story before. 2 months ago in October, I took a class, Zoom class, by Reverend Naruki Yamamoto. So he worked at a hospital in Japan as a Buddhist chaplain. The class was about Buddhist minister and terminal care support, Buddhist minister and terminal care support. So one day, Reverend Naruki Yamamoto talked about this story, the Kisa Gotami and her dead son at the hospital with nurse. Then one nurse asked him, Sensei, was Kisa Gotami cured her pain only because she realized she was not the only one who lost a son or family member? That was the nurse's question. I have a different understanding. While she was visiting house to house, people must give her condolences and warm words I believe that these words cured her pain. I heard, I read this story of Kisa Gotami many times, but in honest, I never thought about such perspective. I truly appreciated it. Our life is impermanent and ends one day. No one can avoid it. Death comes to everyone without discrimination. It is important to accept the truth and reality of our human life. So it is called wisdom. Wisdom to see things as they are, accept reality as it is. Then we have to know wisdom always comes with compassion. Wisdom always comes with compassion. These are inseparable teachings. Compassion is described as giving pleasure and happiness and removing pain and suffering. Giving pleasure and happiness and removing pain and suffering. So it is the definition of compassion. So compassion is a heart that understands the pain of others. As the story says, everyone had experienced losing their family members and friends. They deeply understood the pain of Kisa Gotami. When she was visiting houses, many people must have expressed their sympathy. Some people might cry with her. Some people might hold her. Kisa Gotami received compassion, kindness, warm heart from all these people. And gradually her pain must have been relieved. Her heart and mind must be cured. Through her visiting house to house, Shakyamuni Buddha let her receive wisdom and compassion. So it is how I appreciate this story now. At the beginning of my Dharma message today, I introduced Shinran Shonin's Wasan's hymn. Shakyamuni Buddha and Amida are our father and our mother, full of love and compassion for us, guiding us through various skillful means. They bring us to awaken the supreme Shinjin. In this story, Shakyamuni Buddha telling Kisa Gotami to visit house to house. Through these practices, Shakyamuni Buddha was, guiding Kisa Gotami to awaken to the wisdom and compassion, supreme Shinjin. Through this teaching of through the story of Kisa Gotami, here and today now, Amida Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha is guiding us to the awaken to the wisdom and compassion, the supreme Shinjin. So this is the story of Kisa Gotami today. So this is my Dharma message today. So thank you for joining this Bodhi Day service. To conclude my Dharma message, please join me in Gassho, put your hands together. I'd like to read the Shinran Shonin's Wasan again one more time. Shakyamuni and Amida are our father and our mother, full of love and compassion for us. Guiding us through various skillful means, they bring us to awaken the supreme Shinjin. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Nam. ありがとうございました。Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma message this morning. I don't know if you already know, but that hymn is actually my favorite hymn of Shinran Shoning's. And especially too that the story of Kisa Gotami really spoke to me. I was studying to be a minister, and even today, I think it's really helped me in my own grief. So I really appreciate you bringing that story to us today and sharing your thoughts and wisdom as well. So thank you, Sensei. Okay, so I'll continue with the service. Let me share my screen one more time. Okay, so please join me in the recitation of our pledge. Please place your palms together and gasho with me. Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Okay, thank you everybody for reading the pledge with me. At this time, we'll have the installation of officers. And so I believe, Darlene, you have that all prepared for us as well? Okay, so we do have quite a few organizations that are being installed today. And so as you can see here, our executive committee of the board of directors includes the president, Candy Hayashi, co-VP of membership, Kathy Fujimori and Mike Shibata, VP of religious education, Alex Sakata, co-VP of social services, Ruby Kato and Dolores Matsumura, VP of Finance, Peggy Takahashi, VP of Special Events, Darlene Bagshaw, and currently all members of the Sangha are helping with grounds and maintenance. For the Stockton Buddhist Women's Association, President Sachi Enokida, First VP, Kathy Fujimori, Second VP, Ruby Kato, Recording Secretary, Vivian Fuji, Corresponding Secretary, Mike Shibata, Treasurer, Mei Saiki, and Co-Treasurer, Kay Freeman. Adult Buddhist Association, President Dolores Matsumura, Vice President Mike Shibata, Recording Secretary Kathy Fujimori, Corresponding Secretary Barbara Ueda, Treasurer Peggy Takahashi. Young Adult Buddhist Association, President Dr. Alan Kawaguchi, Vice President Dr. Linda Sakimura Kawaguchi, Recording Secretary Lim Matsumoto, Corresponding Secretary Ruby Kato, Treasurer Tiffany Shibata, and Historian Charles Bagshaw. Tomonokai, President Wayne Morisaki, Secretary is open, and the Treasurer Peggy Takahashi. Stockton Bukkyo Taiko, we have President Chris Kubo, VP Artistic Director Kiyono Kishi, VP Gig Coordinator Ralph Womack, Recording Secretary Susan Bruni, Treasurer Madi, is it Arcoleo? Historian Anne Fukumoto. And the Stockton Kendo Dojo, President Anthony Cabral, Vice President Kayoko Kusama, Secretary Jennifer Butler, Treasurer Michie Boraga, Historian Travis Matsumoto, Co-Public Relations Malcolm Butler and Christine Cabral, and Parliamentarian Dr. John Fuji. And so usually we have all of the officers come up and take the oath of office. However, since we're on Zoom, I welcome all of the presidents of each organization to take the oath on behalf of your organization. So at this time, will you please unmute yourselves? Okay. Candy, Sachi, Dolores, Dr. Allen, Wayne, Chris, and Christine? Okay. So please join me in Gasho and repeat after me. I take office,
I take office.
and please name your organization.
Yaba.
Stockton Kendo Dojo.
Stockton Buddhist Women's Association.
Mordecai.
Aware that I will require
Aware that I will require
a commitment of time and effort.
a commitment of time and effort.
I will do my best
I will do my best
to lead both through action
to lead both
through action
and direction,
and
and
direction,
using the Buddha Dharma as my guide.
using the
using the Buddha
Buddha
Dharma as my guide.
I affirm this pledge
I affirm this pledge
by taking refuge in the three treasures.
by
by
taking
taking
refuge
in the three treasures.
I take refuge in the Buddha.
I take refuge in the Buddha.
I take refuge in the Dharma.
I take refuge in the
Take
Dharma.
refuge in the Dharma.
I take refuge in the Sangha.
I take refuge in the Sangha.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Nam Amida.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Nam Amida.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Nam Amida.
Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Thank you so much, everybody. And as Darlene had mentioned here, thank you to all represented in this installation for your commitment and dedication to our Sangha and the support of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism in Stockton and within the Buddhist Churches of America. Namo Amida Butsu. So thank you so much to all of those individuals who are currently serving in your affiliated organization. Thank you so much. Okay, so at this time, we'll have announcements. Is it Carrie? I can't remember. Who's doing the announcements for today?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, thank you, Carrie.
Welcome. Hi, everyone. The announcements for today. Please join us for our New Year's service or New Year's Eve service via Zoom at 7 p.m. on December 31st. And also join us for our New Year's Day service at 11 a.m. also via Zoom. Shotsuki service for January will now be on January 9th. There will be no service on January 2nd. Again, that will be Shotsuki service for January 9th and no Sunday service on January 2nd. We will not have service on December 19th and 20th, or sorry, 19th and 26th for winter break. Watch our virtual fundraiser on December 26th at 1 p.m. on Facebook or YouTube. The karma and also email has been sent out. We also have today the Doi sisters, Stephanie, Nicole, and Megan, who will do an announcement towards our programs.
Okay, bear with me while I change the spotlights and then add. So I'm going to remove a spotlight here. We're going to add. Oh, how come I can't do that?
You can remove my spotlight too if you need to, Darlene.
Okay, I can. It says I can pin, but I can't spotlight them. I don't know why. Will pin work? Pin will work, won't it? Let me try
Just
that.
talk from here. Fine.
Hang on. Technical difficulties. Okay, no, I guess I can only pin one of you guys. I don't know why. Here, let me screen share and you guys it's going to disappear anyways. So let
No
me
problem.
go with this. Let's get rid of this one. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so you guys can begin. Sorry. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you so much, Darlene. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of my sisters and I just really like to express our sincere gratitude for all of you who have participated in our ongoing end of the year New Year celebration and fundraisers. It's not too late if you haven't. I think the next one that the next deadline that's kind of coming up would be the Nengajo submission. So you can see we will be collecting Nengajo up until December 14th. So if you have not created one, there's some instructions in the Karma. You should have also received some via email. I'm also dropping in a Linktree link right now that will provide you with some instructions for that. Concurrently, we're also running a Giving Tree fundraiser that started on Giving Tuesday, and that'll run all the way through our end of the year program on December 26th. The link is also provided in that link tree that I just dropped in there. And for the Giving Tree, you can contribute to specific things that maintenance and other things that the church needs. So feel free to check that out. Any amount is greatly appreciated. We're also running the Okage Samada membership drive, and you can show your support by recruiting new members, also renewing your membership. And really, we're just so grateful to the Sangha and looking forward to welcoming new members as well. We unfortunately had to cancel the sushi masterclass that was scheduled for today, but we will be rescheduling that, so stay tuned for more details. The Osechi and Soba masterclasses, though, is still on, and it's not too late to sign up for that. That will happen on December 19th from 5:30 to 7 o'clock, and that will be virtual. We are so lucky to have Reverend Michael Endo joining us for that event. So if you have not yet signed up, please go ahead and do so. For BCS members, it is $20. And then finally, we'll be culminating with our December 26th New Year's virtual celebration. Super excited. We've received a lot of contributions from the Sangha, so really excited to showcase all of those. You can join that via Facebook or YouTube. And yeah, there are a lot of different things, a lot of different links to click on, but we hope that you find one event, one fundraiser that really resonates with you. And again, you can find all of those links in the link tree that I just shared.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Nicole, for that. We'll continue with the announcements. Today is the Stockton YBA Toy Drive, benefiting the San Joaquin County Child Protective Services between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. That is in our church parking lot. Please bring unwrapped toys to the church parking lot, or if you didn't get a chance to get a gift, it's still okay, because we are accepting cash donations, so that we can buy gift cards for the older students. I'm a teacher, sorry, older children. Older children. So today from 12 to 1 in the church parking lot, the toy drive for Stockton YBA. Reverend Shibata's book club study club class will be taking the holiday break and will be resuming their book or study class on January 26, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. The featured book is Buddhism of the Heart by Jeff Wilson. The book is available on Amazon Smile in support of the Buddhist Church of Stockton. Pre-reading is not required, and as the group will read and interpret things together, it would be awesome if you can join. For the Zoom link, please contact the temple office. The Sangha Club is continuing to collect aluminum cans and recyclable plastic bottles. Thank you to everyone who has donated or is continuing to donate. It really is helping out with that Sangha Club so that they can eventually do things or provide things that the church needs. Donations may be left in the white bin under the carport area. We appreciate everyone who joins us from near and far for our virtual services. Much time and effort is put into creating an enjoyable experience for all. And we welcome any feedback you may wish to provide. If there's anyone new to our service today, please let us know by unmuting and introducing yourself, or if you're a bit too shy, you may type it into the chat. Let me just double check really quick here. Okay. Are there any other announcements?
Yeah, there is. There's one. I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, you can. All right. ABBA's having their holiday meeting. We've been having our Zoom meetings for the last 2 years. And we do a little bit of fun, and I give them a couple of senior moments, you know. So, but it's this Wednesday. So if you like to attend our holiday meeting, it's at 6:30 in the evening. We play bingo. We're going to go ahead and have a raffle, and then we're going to go ahead and have a sometimes an ugly sweater contest. So we have fun. We get together, bring your favorite pie to the holiday meeting, and hopefully we could see new members. See you soon. Oh, and in order to get the link, would they go to the, would they phone up the office or?
They can call the office, Dolores, and then we can get that link to them.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks, Dolores.
We thank you for joining us today. If you would wish to continue on to the second part of the day, the Stockton Dharma School will be presenting their Sangha Stone Bodhi Day projects. We will be having the door prize raffle following the service, or it's not a service, following the presentation. Reverend Candace, back to you.
Thanks, Carrie. And thank you, Dolores. So ABBA, for those of you who might be new to our service, ABBA is the Adult Buddhist Association. And so for those of you that are new, we have a wide variety of different programs for anybody of all ages, from our women's group, which is gender inclusive, so anybody can join. However, we have the crafting group, which we haven't been meeting yet because of the pandemic. However, we do have an ability to meet online. So if you have any of your friends, or if you're interested in any of our clubs or organizations, please feel free to reach out as well. And also, for those of you that may not know what a nengajo is, so hopefully we've been talking about this often enough, but this is a New Year's greeting card. And so I am putting a challenge out there because I've created a few for my family members and myself, and welcome you and really encourage you to participate in this fashion. And if you need help making a digital card, I would be happy to help make one for you. So if you would like, you could email me with your submission and maybe your little New Year's saying that you would like me to write on there, and I would be happy to make you one. So please reach out to me if you need assistance with that. I'm having fun with this new program, so I would love to make more cards and submit it to the Doi Sisters for your participation as well. Okay, so to conclude today's service, I again want to thank you for joining us today for this very special Bodhi Day service. Of course, I'd like to thank Reverend Kusunoki for his wonderful Dharma message and welcome his entire family. So thank you so much for taking time again out of your busy schedules to join us and be together with your Northern California family, who obviously with everybody in attendance, they were so eager to hear from you today and to see your wonderful family. So thank you so much, Sensei, for joining us. Thank you to all of those volunteers who help continue to keep the temple inside and out beautiful. Thank you, Tad Shibata, my dad, for assisting me with the setup. And Reverend Kusunoki, he's continuing to help. So he even now helps the new minister in regards to preparing for service. So I'm very, very fortunate for his help as well. Thank you, the Doi Sisters, for joining us and really promoting all of our programs. They have been doing a fabulous job in regards to getting us online and having our online presence even more robust than before, and in innovative ways in regards to encouraging new members and, of course, honoring and remembering all of our past members as well. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. At this time, we'll go ahead and conclude the recording. And then please stay on again to really support our children, our Dharma School children, and their Bodhi Day presentation. And of course, if you'd like to continue on for the raffle. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. And one moment while we switch gears here. Okay, thanks so much.